Welcome to another session of Coffee with the Candidates. We have Pat Grant with us here today. She is running for a seat in the 2025 election for City Commission. And once again, Election Day is April 8th. Absentee voting will open up before that, and you can go to yanktonsd.com on Thrive's website for all voter information. Pat, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the viewing audience?
My name is Pat Grant, and I will be running for City Commissioner.
Have you grown up here in Yankton?
No,
Lived in Yankton for a while?
close to Yankton. Well, I didn't grow up there. Springfield would be my hometown.
Wonderful. So what sets you apart from the other candidates? And just so the viewing audience knows, it is Friday, February 21st that we are recording this, so all candidates have not turned their petitions in yet. But really, what makes you as a unique candidate for the City Commission?
I think I am more for, because of what I do, I'm an advocate, and I think I'm more into those issues for the people here in Yankton.
So do you want to share some of the issues that you advocate for or against?
For one, was for the children in the foster care system. I speak for them, and I've done that for like 12 or 13 years now. And I've run into a lot of issues, not a lot of issues, but some issues on the houses or homes that they live in, which are pretty bad. And so I got going into, and it was my own personal experience also, for the city to adopt rental unit codes, have an inspector to go in and check these homes, and if the repairs aren't done, then they put a note on the door that they can't rent it until they prove that the repairs have been done. And mainly in helping the elderly and the disabled, I had formed a group for a few years ago, and for respecting the people with disabilities and the elderly.
And you do have some personal experience
Yes.
in that as well.
Yes, I do.
So in your opinion, what is the role of a city commissioner?
It is to listen to the citizens, and I really like the part where a person can go and address the commission with whatever issue. I like that part, so that the commissioners are made aware of what could be done or should be done. And that's the only way you're going to get to the commissioners, and by speaking up.
So the city's working on updating the comprehensive plan. Do you have any thoughts on that plan and items that should be included?
That I didn't really understand what a comprehensive plan was, but after thinking about it and talking about it, what was that? This is extended. The comprehensive plan is going to be till 2045.
Correct. Yep. It's a multi-year plan that helps.
Even be alive by then.
Yeah, none of us are guaranteed another day. We just don't know.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess the plan is to. I know a lot of things are. Some things are grandfathered in. Like for one, is sidewalks. There are places in town that there are no sidewalks, and I just feel like sidewalks should be one of the biggies. So they stay off the streets, anyway, and to improve the east side of town. with a lot of, I don't know how to say this, but it's things need to be cleaned up. Property on the more so on the east side.
So maybe if there's some code enforcement on some of the
Yes,
things, if
exactly.
there is a violation with current codes on some of those properties.
Yes, and then I go down in those areas a lot, and I keep thinking, what if they just cleaned that place up? Why don't they get rid of that? And they could have a nice lawn if they, really put an effort into it.
So setting the city budget and establishing priorities is an important component of being a city commissioner. How will you navigate the budget process, and what are some of your priorities in the budget?
Enforcing city ordinances that are already on the books, and there are a few.
So the Meridian Bridge is an iconic and unique asset to Yankton. What process would you propose or support regarding some long-term plans for the bridge, such as repairing the bridge, removing the bridge, and how would we fund that?
I agree with repairing it. That bridge has been there. In fact, not living in Yankton when I was younger and everything, that was the first thing I'd think of is the bridge. And but doing repairs and maybe possibly making a fund account for the repairs or doing a fundraising, because a lot of people like that. I mean, what do they have? They have concerts down there. They, riverboat days, and that's just thing that people love is that bridge.
Yeah, from a tourism perspective,
right?
That is one of the things that people want to come to Yankton
Yep.
to see and experience that.
Yeah.
So what are your 3 favorite things about Yankton?
The parks that are close to the river and the swimming, not so much here, but out by the dam, and boating, and one of the biggies that I really liked at it one time was the archery complex. My granddaughter was part of, and I had never been around any place that had an archery, but that's a biggie.
Yes, you are right about that. So the library has been a topic recently regarding their need for expansion. Share with us your thoughts on the library.
I feel like we definitely need a bigger library. It's when I go there, it's really a good use for taxpayers' money, and there are a lot of people and we need a bigger library. More books, people. I mean, the library that we have now is utilized a lot. So I think we can make a bigger library, more people.
So relationships and collaboration are important within the community. What role can you play as a commissioner to help build, maintain, or repair relationships?
I try my best to live, to get along with people, and I will always be there to help in any way I can. And I'm kind of sad about some of the funding that's been cut for some of these programs, and so I thought, well, you just need to get out there more and help, however, which way you can. So that's one of my things, to just help solve problems.
So if you could change something in Yankton today, what would that be?
To have a rental unit inspector and an enforcer.
Yeah, so
That's
you've talked a little bit about that. So do you want to share any more about your experiences with that?
Well, being a CASA advocate, some of the families I've worked with, I have gone to their, homes. I wouldn't let my dog live in some of those places. They need repairs. The windows are bad. They're just not safe for little ones. Um, uh, I mean, I I just think about the little ones living in, and I know the parents need to take some responsibility, but at the same time, um, there are some things that limit them in doing. I mean, like having, and from my own personal experience, um, I was concerned about my granddaughter, and she had a baby, and she was living over here on the east side of town. And I babysat for her at the time, and every morning I did not relax until I saw her headlights come around the corner. Because going out in the area that she lived in with the baby, and I thought, oh my God. So I talked to the owner, and I said, would it be all right if I let my granddaughter move in? And I said, I can find an apartment or something to live in. Just so the neighborhood I was in was safe. It was, people were super nice and trustworthy. And she said, that's up to you, And so I went to her and talked to her, and well, yeah, because it was a 2-bedroom house. And so she's been there ever since. But it's things like that, worrying about the area, worrying about kids getting in with the wrong crowd, and but working with kids, you can help them. I mean, you can make them feel like their life is worth living.
So, in closing, do you have anything that you wanted to include in this interview that was not a part of a previously asked question?
Not at this time.
All right. Well, Pat, thank you very much for coming in for the interview today. We appreciate you sharing some of your thoughts and views. And for the viewing audience, we will be having a City Commission candidate forum for you to hear more about the candidates as well. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right.